The chamber of the Galactic Council glittered with bioluminescent panels, casting an ethereal glow across the assembled delegates. Maya stood at the human delegation's podium, her dark eyes scanning the circular arena where representatives from 47 species sat in judgment. She had worn her diplomatic uniform, crisp white with gold threading, but now it felt like a costume for a play that had already ended. William sat behind her in the observers section, his jaw clenched as he watched the proceedings. As a military attaché, he wasn't supposed to speak, but Maya could feel the tension radiating from him. They had worked together for 3 years, navigating the treacherous waters of galactic politics, and she knew every tell of his body language. Right now, it screamed danger. The Xinthian ambassador, a crystalline being whose body refracted light into painful rainbows, rose from its seat. The human presence in the outer territories must cease immediately. Your expansion violates the preservation protocols established millennia before your species achieved faster-than-light travel. Maya's fingers tightened on the podium's edge. Ambassador, those territories were unclaimed. We followed every protocol, registered every colony, paid every tribute the Council demanded. You misunderstand your place, the Corval representative hissed, its serpentine body coiling with agitation. The preservation protocols exist to maintain balance. Humanity's growth rate is unprecedented, dangerous. Dangerous to whom? William's voice cut through the chamber before Maya could stop him. He stood, his military bearing making several species recoil instinctively. We've been model citizens of this council for 50 years. We've shared our medical technology, our agricultural advances, our art and culture. And now you want to cage us. The Council Arbiter, an ancient being whose species had founded the galactic government 8,000 years ago, raised a translucent appendage. Lieutenant Commander William, you speak out of turn. However, your passion illustrates precisely why the Council has reached this decision. Humanity is too volatile, too aggressive in its pursuits. You must be contained. Maya felt something crack inside her. The careful diplomacy she had maintained for years, the belief that reason and patience would win the day. She looked at William, saw the same realization in his eyes. They had been fools. Contained, she repeated softly. The word echoed through the chamber's perfect acoustics. You're not concerned about protocols or balance. You're afraid. Afraid that humanity, just 50 years into galactic society, has already achieved what took most of you centuries. Our technology advances too quickly. Our colonies thrive too successfully. Our people adapt too efficiently. The chamber erupted in clicks, whistles, and translated protests. The Arbiter's appendage glowed with authority, demanding silence. Ambassador Maya, you will moderate your tone. The Council has spoken. Human expansion is limited to your current holdings. No new colonies, no new territorial claims. This is not negotiable. Then neither is our response, Maya said, her voice steady despite the earthquake happening in her chest. Humanity withdraws from the Galactic Council, effective immediately. The silence that followed was absolute. In 8,000 years of galactic governance, no species had voluntarily left the Council. It was unthinkable. The benefits of membership, trade agreements, mutual defense pacts, access to ancient knowledge, were considered essential for survival in the dangerous expanse of space. The Arbiter's form shimmered with what might have been shock. You cannot be serious. Without Council protection, humanity will be vulnerable to every Corsair fleet, every territorial dispute, every threat. We've been handling ourselves anyway, William interjected, now standing beside Maya. Did you think we didn't notice? When the Krill raiders attacked our mining colony on Epsilon 7, where was the Council fleet? When the Viridian plague threatened to wipe out New Mumbai, which Council species offered aid, we saved ourselves every single time. Maya activated her neural interface, broadcasting her words to every human colony across known space. It was a breach of protocol so severe that several ambassadors physically recoiled. She didn't care. Citizens of humanity, this is Ambassador Maya Chen. After 50 years of cooperation, of following rules written before we reach the stars, of tempering our nature to fit the Council's vision of what we should be, they have shown their true intentions. We are to be limited, contained, reduced to a footnote in their ancient histories. I say no. Humanity has always thrived when we walked our own path, and today we walk away from those who would see us caged. Every human vessel, every colony, every outpost, you are hereby released from all Council treaties and obligations. We stand alone as we always have. We stand free. The chamber descended into chaos. Threats were shouted, warnings issued, but Maya and William were already walking toward the exit. Their security detail, all human, formed around them without being asked. As they reached the threshold, the Arbiter's voice boomed through the chamber, amplified by technology older than human civilization. You are making a grave mistake. The galaxy is vast and merciless. You will come crawling back. Maya paused at the doorway, looking back at the assembled council. Perhaps, but it will be on our terms or not at all. Humanity doesn't crawl. We walk, we run, we fly. And if we fall, we rise again. That's what terrifies you, isn't it? Not our aggression or our volatility, our resilience. On the transport back to the human embassy ship, William finally spoke. That was either the bravest or most foolish thing I've ever witnessed. Maya stared out at the stars, at the vast expanse that humanity would now face alone. Maybe both, but did you see their faces, the Arbiter especially? Fear, William confirmed. They were genuinely afraid. 50 years ago, we were the newcomers, the primitives who'd barely figured out warp drive. Now they're terrified of what will become in another 50 years if left unchecked. The Council isn't concerned about our expansion. They're concerned about our potential. The neural interface chimed with incoming messages, thousands of them, from every human colony. Maya had expected panic, anger at her unilateral decision. Instead, the messages were overwhelmingly supportive. Captains pledging their ships, governors committing their resources, scientists offering new technologies they'd kept hidden from Council scrutiny. They were holding back, William said, reading over her shoulder. All of them, waiting for permission to be what we truly are. Dr. Sarah Okonkwo's face appeared on the view screen, transmitted from the Human Genetics Lab on Mars. Maya, I've been sitting on a breakthrough in neural interface technology for 2 years because the Council's Ethics Committee deemed it too rapid an advancement. Want to know what it does? Maya found herself smiling for the first time in weeks. Show me. Over the next hours, as their ship raced toward human space, the reports flooded in. Technologies suppressed, innovations delayed, entire research projects shelved to appease Council sensibilities. Humanity had been running at half speed, and they hadn't even realized it. They created the very threat they feared, William observed. By trying to contain us, they forced us to contain ourselves. Now that pressure is released. And they'll see what humanity can truly do, Maya agreed. The Arbiter's final transmission came as they crossed into human-controlled space. Its tone had shifted from authoritative to almost pleading. Ambassador Chen, please reconsider. The Council can negotiate. We can find compromise. Maya thought about responding, about leaving a door open for future diplomacy. But she thought of the condescension in their voices, the casual assumption that humanity would accept limitations simply because older species decreed it. She thought of every innovation delayed, every dream deferred, every human who'd been told they were too much, too fast, too ambitious for this carefully ordered galaxy. Negative Arbiter. Humanity is done asking permission to exist. Tell the Council we'll be out here building our future. If they wish to join us as equals, true equals, our door remains open. But we will never again accept chains, no matter how gilded. She closed the channel. William moved to stand beside her at the viewport. Beyond the glass, human ships were gathering, military vessels, colony transports, exploration craft, all converging toward home. They looked small against the cosmic backdrop, vulnerable in their isolation. But they were free. "What now?" William asked. Maya smiled, the expression fierce and bright. "Now we show them what happens when you try to cage humanity. We build, we grow, we become everything they feared and more. And when they finally understand that we're not their enemy, just their equal, maybe then we can talk about peace again." "And if they attack?" Her smile didn't waver. "Then we fight together, unrestrained, as we've always done best." The ship accelerated toward humanity's future, leaving the Galactic Council and its ancient fears behind. In the void between stars, humanity stood alone but unbound, ready to carve its own destiny from the fabric of space itself. The Council had wanted to preserve the status quo. Instead, they'd unleashed humanity's true potential. History would remember this day, the day humanity walked away from peace and toward something greater: freedom.